Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hello, welcome to TFYLP. We are live tonight. I believe this is episode 426. We're live tonight on April 12th. Tonight, I am joined by Christian.
What up?
Paul.
Yo.
Welcome back.
Oh,
for now.
Thank you.
Anna.
Hello.
And Nick.
Hi, I'm here somewhere, I promise.
He's a ghost in the machine.
The ghostly voice of Nick in the background. So.
And if I knew we could do this without showing ourselves, I would have done that a long time ago.
Right. We'll just
I got a special dispensation because I'm injured, Paul. Give me a break.
Yeah, I didn't have time to read all the texts. Sorry.
The next show is just gonna be like me and like everyone else is just like not on camera.
I didn't have time for empathy, says Paul.
Yeah.
Who has time for that?
Not you. I understand.
That's called empathy, Paul.
At least someone does.
That was the joke. Thanks, Christian.
I think I'm
with you.
Apathy.
That's the opposite.
A couple letters are different there.
It's a smash.
Yeah, someone has to be with you. I guess it's going to be me.
So, what's tonight's topic, Lucas?
First off, it's micro takeover.
Well, yes.
We did it. We took over. We brought friends, but it's micro takeover.
We got a ghost.
Oof, my masters.
It's because we had some Hasbro reveals, so we had to assemble the Microcasters cast.
Hasbro gang.
So yeah.
Yeah, because we'll be reviewing them eventually, and I'll hate them all. They'll love them at the end.
Yep, that's the story.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
We'll
see you next week.
So there you go.
The edible conclusion of this show.
Perfect. So, first off, these virtual conventions, I know we talked about this like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I really want us to review the show itself. I want us to talk about the Pulse Fest as a show.
God.
And then we'll talk about the toy reveals.
God.
It was fine except for Mark.
The preview event, the thing the night before was... Oh.
Mark is my favorite.
I liked the thing the night before, Lucas. I know you guys were all being curmudgeons about it, but I actually enjoyed it.
I hated the thing the night before.
Look, man, I was a huge fan of Black Eyed Peas when I was in middle and high school, so seeing Taboo talk about toys for a while was cool. I really enjoyed that. It did go on a little long.
It went way
long. It went on a long time.
I think the Hasbro team thinks it went on a bit long. I think they got more than they bargained for with that little interview.
Yeah.
I think that pre-event, it was advertised as a party.
Right.
No one said there were going to be reveals. No one said there was going to be like toy pictures or anything like that. They just said it was going to be a party.
Okay, but it didn't feel like a party. It didn't feel like I should be drinking. It felt like I was being marketed to.
You were.
So which is it? Is it a party or are you marketing to me?
Marketing.
Yeah. Well, then reveal some stuff.
Nick, you're in the wrong piece of the pie of planet Earth if you're worried about being marketed to.
Yeah, I know. It just, my point is that it felt disingenuous. The entire thing felt very disingenuous.
I won't deny that. It did feel disingenuous to an extent, and a lot of it, and this extends into Pulse Fest itself, a lot of it felt scripted and acted. Yeah. Which, is not my thing. A lot of people like that kind of stuff. I prefer, off the cuff, relaxed, kind of communication.
Right.
Which is why we do what we do, which is just talk about nonsense.
It comes up
as a conversation among friends.
To be fair, any of the bits that we plan don't go over that well. So
they do not. They do not.
I just assumed it's because we don't plan it that well. Like, it's kind of more of a...
None of us are script writers, man.
I remember one time this genius author who works for us called Mr. Starscream made a story about hypno chips with my influence.
You know what? I thought that actually went really well. I enjoyed the hypno chips.
Piece of fiction
that was fun.
That will be celebrated for generations.
I miss Mr. Starscream.
I miss him too. That was a good episode. I bet that guy got a job in project management. Because that episode
he managed the heck out of that project. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I love those hypno chips though. They are delicious.
That was so fun.
Yeah, so Catherine says, I'm glad they were at least trying. And I mean, I do agree with that. Like, I don't think it's necessarily that bad, and I think that, like, all these things, they're trying new things and whatever. And these guys, this isn't their forte and all that. And so I think that a lot of, some of these conventions that we go to, most of the people running these conventions have run them forever. And so they kind of have it down pat now. Whereas, like, this is a new, medium paradigm, all that. And they have to kind of figure out what they want to do.
And I honestly do think this was an attempt at something. And if you started watching it and you didn't like what you were seeing, you close the browser window or you mute it and leave it on in the background in case anything else comes up. And you just deal with the fact that some people did enjoy it.
To the whole thing, waiting for the Transformers segment at the end when there was no Transformers segment at the end. It was just a 3-song concert.
By the only Transformers band existed.
We had Cybertronic Spree, and you know what? I dismissed them numerous years ago when they came out because I thought playing shows in cosplay was pretty cringe. But in an environment where I was forced to watch them, they were really good. I was impressed.
They're like legitimate performers, so
and it's good to see.
Look, they were fun
Hasbro
enough. It felt like
that.
Every other brand got something that night, and we didn't.
Did the Joes get something? I don't remember.
Did the Star Wars get something?
The Star Wars got some reveals,
2 minutes of them announcing that fan vote. Don't get too worked up.
Well,
that's when we get to see the Sentinel, right? It was at the pre-night we got to see the Sentinel. I thought it was kind of cool. I kind of hated it, but I also liked it because seeing the Sentinel made me sad because I wanted the Sentinel a lot more than Unicron.
And here's the thing that I told Nick when he was all mad right after that event. Transformers had Galvatron, Scorponok, and the Ark revealed literally the day before. Like, our thing was the day before. Like, it does seem like that we should have had something at that pre-thing, but we had the pre thing.
I wish there was more of a calendar of the event so that I could have known that I didn't need to be there for 2 hours. I could have been working. It was the last day I was upright.
Yeah, well.
The other thing is that all the Transformers
last weekend in bed, on my back, like I could have.
For anyone else, that sounds like a fun weekend, Nick. But for you, I'm guessing it was not.
No, it's utterly miserable being stuck here. I am so unproductive, and I fucking hate it. Just kill me now.
I cannot. You live in the worst state, and I'm far from there.
I would
add
say
insults a literal injury. You're in New Jersey.
I would say if you liked
Thursday,
if you liked Marvel and you liked the Black Eyed Peas, that was the coolest 2 hours of all time.
It was pretty fun.
You know what? I mean, and I kept saying that in our little chat. I was like, I bet the Marvels and Black Eyed Peas fans in that Venn diagram are just like tickled pink. The 15 of them that are watching it. So,
it was for me.
But I will say this, I want to hear from more celebrities that are toy collectors, that are closet toy collectors, because I know they're out there. I know that there are sports superstars that are into, because there's a big crossover in hip hop and toy collecting. Maybe it's not big, but there is that crossover. It's like a street culture thing, and you just don't hear like A-lister, B-lister people that collect stuff very often because it's kind of a taboo thing. The only other one I can think of is Rick. Oh yeah. Only other one I can think of is Rick Springfield being like a crazy Star Wars toy collector. So I don't know. I
saw him in concert.
Jesse's girl. But
it was me and a bunch of middle-aged women, and believe me, man, they were swooning. And I was just like, there's so much swooning.
Too.
Who is?
Robin Williams was.
He was.
And when he passed, his daughter was trying to figure out what to do with all that stuff. She was looking to identify the different pieces in his collection because they were pretty obscure. A lot of anime stuff.
Well, I guess I'm just saying even though I don't care about Taboo or whoever he was, I appreciate that he was getting on the level with everybody. I wish it was Transformers and not Marvel, sure. But whatever.
But they're out there somewhere. Somewhere they're out there, and you know what? I'd be cool to see more stories like that.
Part of my evaluation for this, honestly, I have to fully admit, is colored by the fact that I had to work an hour into the event. I had to teach a class, so I had to walk away. So I didn't actually want there to be things I wanted to see that evening. So I was okay with it being the show that wasn't for me. So I'm probably less bothered by it than most of you are, even though like it wasn't. Christian enjoyed it, which is good. I think I would have enjoyed the last segment because I actually did want to see the Cybertron spree, and I think I would have paid some attention during the long Marvel talk and cry. So, I think that I feel a little bit differently just because I literally couldn't be there for the second half. So I was kind of glad there was nothing like must-see TV in there.
Can we all appreciate that the Sentinel looks like a slam dunk?
Oh, the Sentinel is beautiful. The Sentinel is everything that Unicron should have been.
That thing is so nice.
Shut your mouth. Unicron's great.
Yeah.
Unicron looks good, but that Sentinel looks...
You're a joke.
Look at all the bells and whistles that Sentinel comes with. All the extra figures, all the extra heads.
Because they sold a zillion of them.
Functions.
They sold a ton of them.
Yeah, you know what the Sentinel doesn't do?
Half the price.
Sentinel doesn't transform, bro.
The Sentinel is.
The Sentinel doesn't. Okay. The Sentinel doesn't turn it into a ball, bro. Those balls don't bounce.
And it has an outer shell. Give me a fucking break.
No, I will not. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what does turn into balls? Popples. We should have some HasLab Popples.
That's essentially what Unicron is. He's a popple. He pops in, he pops out. That's it.
Anyway.
Dude, your mom's a popple. You just said it.
I just said it, man.
Right,
I'm not taking it back either.
I thought that Sentinel was just like, looking at it, I was just like, oh, that is something that I actually feel like I missed out. When I see Unicron, I'm like, that's not the type of Transformer I want to own. That's cool. But the Unicron is like, or the Sentinel, I mean to say, is something when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this is like, as a toy collector, this is something I should have. Look at those really neat hands. Look at the finish on it. Look at the articulation. Like, I feel like I'm missing out, which is a bummer.
I'm jealous of the Marvel Legends collectors because I kind of wish I was one now.
And it's funny because I actually don't like Legends that much. Like, I like some Marvel characters, but I get very bored collecting Legends because they're all, basically the same play experience for every figure. But that Sentinel is just like, that is the one Legends thing I need to own because it's just a really cool giant robot.
And they go just as deep into the nerdy stuff and the deep cuts on that figure as they do on some of our better things.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the Tri-Sentinel head, that's crazy.
That thing is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends. I'm a dog.
So we were impressed by the Sentinel show, different experiences of the show itself. I do agree with whichever of you said that it did feel disingenuous, and that was kind of the one big negative.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the more marketing. They do these, I think the more they do these things, the better that they will get at them and whatnot. So
I thought the production value was pretty good. Like that set they had that the hosts were on, I was like, oh, that looks really good.
Yeah, that was fine.
They should have been revealing the toys on that stage. That would have
Yeah.
been better.
No, the way revealing the toys was much better. All toys
I-
should be produced from some man's beard.
No. Man, all right, look, I have a beard. That was disgusting.
That was hilarious.
That
and
literally
memorable.
made my stomach turn.
When
Because
he
look at it-
mentioned that
I'm
his
gonna
beard
reveal
was part of
something
a
in
toy
my
reveal.
beard, and like I totally thought he was just screwing around, and then
No,
he
when
did,
he
and
said
I
that,
went,
I was like,
"Oh
oh
my
And he
God,
did. And
Mark,
then he
put a
did.
toy in your beard. Please do.
They're
I
gonna be
will
talking
give-
about that at the Hasbro Christmas party, man.
I will
That's
give Mark
legend.
1 point for not being high out of his mind this time.
Are you
Still, I don't know
kidding me?
what he was.
Are you kidding me? My
He's-
mother walked in as I
he's
was
a
watching that. She's
million
like, "Who
times
the hell
better
is
than he
that
was in the
high
fall."
on camera?" She said to me.
He is a million times better than he was in the fall. So
Oh, really?
Do you think
Yes.
that he grew the beard just so that he could do the reveal from the beard?
I would
Anyone
not be
else in the world?
surprised.
No. Mark? Yes.
He's a maniac.
So I have to say, like before we get into like dissecting the show, I
Wait.
very much
Do you
enjoy
think he
Mark.
watches the show?
Huh?
Do we think he watches the show?
I doubt it.
He's crazy
kept
enough that
saying-
he might.
He keeps saying mini masterpiece the way you guys do.
I know. Well,
He did-
that's what
he
I
did
was.
say
I was
numerous
thinking about that.
times.
I was like, who else uses that phrase?
You know what else he uses?
Every
you know what else he
one.
says? Instead of like retools or repaints, he calls them partials.
Calls
Oh,
him
it
partial.
makes me so happy. It sounds so weird because I only
Yep.
associate partials with teeth, so it's bizarre and I love it.
Well, that's not what I associate it with. I mean, if Mark says he's got a partial, I mean, whew, anyway,
I don't get it. Anywho, so
it's a boy joke, yeah.
okay.
So I mean, I do think that the show, the main show, right? Like I felt like it was pretty brisk.
Got him. I got him.
What?
I got him. Look
Did
at
you
him.
kill
Paul has
Paul?
been slain.
I killed Paul.
I do think that the regular show, like I think it was pretty good. Like as far as like, you know, getting through what they wanted to get through with the Transformers, there wasn't like, you know, I know they had the Fortnite stuff at first and whatnot, but it seemed like it wasn't like that they were droning on, at least during that. And I didn't watch all of it like after Transformers, so they may have had some issues after that. But I thought they did a pretty good job for the most part with the Transformers
Yeah.
portion.
Yeah.
Every panel seemed to run a minute or two, up to 5 minutes long, but it wasn't a big deal.
No.
They were all smooth
Yeah.
Yeah, they all went through.
and they went
What
well.
didn't go very smoothly for me was they did after Transformers, after Marvel, I think after Joe, but I didn't watch that one, and definitely after Star Wars. They had like one big fan on camera and then like 9 smaller muted fans to do like
Mhm.
reactions. That was really bizarre to me. Like I wasn't sure what
Yeah.
the peanut gallery
Like,
part of
why
that
wouldn't
was
you just
for.
talk to them? Why would you have them there and then not talk to them?
Yeah, I mean the
How
guy
dumb
that they
is
had
that?
in
Make them
Transformers who was
feel-
actually talking, I don't know who that was, but he was pretty good. I recognized one of the other dudes in the peanut gallery, but like
Ryan
dude
was
they
there
had
from
was good.
Cybertron, right? He was just all the way in the background, like on the corner, and she was
Yeah.
standing in front of him the whole time, so you couldn't see him.
There were several guys like
Right.
Colin who runs TFCon, and I
Yeah.
recognized him. I think Anthony from TFU.info
Right.
was on
yes,
there.
that's who I recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Anthony's usually at
then
these events, so I guess that's why he was there this time. It's just
Ben from Ben's Collectibles was also on as well. So I thought it was. I'm curious like how they decided to pick who they chose. Oh, and Kilby was on there
Who
too
got to
from
talk.
RC.
It's
So-
just
well, Lucas. Why weren't we there?
Well, because we chose not to be.
That's our biggest rival.
Right? Yeah. There you go. Should have had Don on.
No, we need to restart that turf war.
It's really funny because my first interpretation, I was just kind of sitting here because I had been half listening to what you all were saying. And when you said that was our biggest rival, I thought you meant Hasbro. And I was like,
Hasbro's not
I was
our
like,
rival.
why are we against Hasbro? We're going to lose, guys.
No, we're against RFC. Not really
they-
though, but kind of.
They put those people on screen like for them, you know, like those are their kind of like media partners and like people that help them with stuff, and they like kind of just threw them a bone, like you'll be on the stream. They didn't actually want to hear from them because they had the person that was that they're probably paid to be there was the one talking.
You'll be on this stream. No one will see you or know who you are. We won't announce who you are. You'll get nothing from it. We're gonna stand in front of the screen that you're on.
We recognize some of those people, and that's all that matters.
You can't see right now, but I'm making a certain hand motion here. Okay.
I thought it was weird, but I guess if you're like a fan of all those people, like I know that, or at least I believe the Marvel dudes really enjoy Artemis Prime, and he was the Marvel version of our guy who talked. So, great. Maybe those people actually mean something to people in the fandom. So good.
So
I guess it was odd to me.
It's odd. The way I see it, though, is they didn't try anything like that at HasCon back in, what was that, September, August, whenever that was.
You mean
Instead, they had, they had those
PulseCon.
like awful interview. Yeah, PulseCon, not HasCon.
HasCon
At
was a different
PulseCon, they didn't try. Yeah, that's right. At PulseCon, they didn't try anything like that, right? They just had like John Cena and freaking Jack Black talking about something unrelated, and it just like was really awkward. This time they tried to integrate fan characters. Maybe next time they will try again, but do it better. Maybe they'll take feedback and they'll give another shot to bringing in fans into the show.
I thought that all of the people that are on camera are fans, and they're people that they talk to and whatever. And I know in the chat, Rich is saying that Kilby was saying that they directed them to act, excited or whatever, whatever they're talking about. So, I think that, I don't know. I think that that's probably the right call. You don't want all of them taking up a ton of time asking questions and all that type of thing.
No, you don't.
That's not the place for that and whatever. So, honestly, I think that actually went pretty.
They could have asked
smoothly.
everybody one question.
No,
No.
You reduce the human element in a live broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do not increase it. You reduce it. You have no idea what any of those people would have said.
Yeah, I think it's just back to
What
what
about the
Catherine
guy
said.
that they had
They're trying
talking?
new things. They probably rehearsed that dude talking because he
Probably.
was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They work on they can handle one person at a time and coach them to an extent.
I feel like everyone is very rehearsed on these shows except for Mark.
That dude, I don't want to see him again on a stream.
I do.
I really don't.
Why?
I know you do.
I
I don't. No. I don't like him.
Fine.
I think we'd be friends.
Passionate. He's like, he likes what he's
Yeah.
doing. The stuff he's showing off. He kisses and licks Shattered Glass Blur.
That's the thing.
Say that
At
from
least,
my own heart.
at least the thing I've taken away from all of these like Fan Fridays and Hasbro, PulseCons and whatever is it seems like that all these people that work there genuinely enjoy what they do and are fans of the brand. Like you can tell that like Mark and Lenny and I can't remember some of the other people's names, but like that they all are, like definitely like Transformers fans. So
Yes, and that's always appreciated.
I really like that too. I really love the fact they have Mark is a designer. He actually works on the brand. He works on designing the toys. And when he's revealing them, he's like noticeably proud. He's awkward. He's goofy, but he is noticeably proud of what he's showing off. And he wants to brag on his coworkers. He wants to brag on himself. He wants to show off the stuff they made. And I really like that. To me, that's very authentic. And it's like the exact opposite of everything I don't like about the shows. So I really enjoy that kind of thing. And, yes, he's awkward and goofy. That also appeals to me. But some of the other designers aren't. And it's still cool to see them get on screen and talk about what they made. Because they're not actors. They're not celebrities. They're just people who make toys for a living.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what, like, I know, like, John Warden, I've noticed, like, some more social media postings from him now that he's no longer on Transformers, like, talking about Transformers. And I almost wish that they could do that. Like, I totally understand, like, you don't really want those people on social media. You could even see it with some of the third parties where some of the designers for third party have had issues interacting with fans on social media. So like, that's probably not what you really want, but it's nice to see that. Like I do enjoy, seeing them because again, like they're very excited about what they do and the brand and all that type of thing. And I think that they're making a lot of really cool stuff now.
Yeah, I think it helps that John Warden is a little bit distanced now from the work he did. And the work he did on this stuff is almost probably 2.5 years removed, from when he did all this design work on the product that's coming out now, that he can just sort of look back on it like, could have done that better. This was good. This is why we did that. He's not worried about the next Transformer or the thing he's working on right now. He's just like reminiscing in kind of a fun way. So,
yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
But, I think it's interesting. Christian earlier today was mentioning to me that he feels like a lot of this stuff that's coming out, like the studio series and whatnot, is almost like an apology for some of the stuff in the past that wasn't quite as good, that wasn't up to what we would want as collectors. And so they're kind of like, here's like the figure you really wanted, from before. And so... that's where I kind of feel like Warden, now that like a lot of those, the Earthrise and Siege and, studio series and all that, this stuff is coming out. It's like, finally, I kind of have the G1 collection that I really wanted. Like that's where I kind of feel like if I was him, that it'd be like, I got to actually release the things that I wanted. It wasn't as constrained as in the past. Because like, in the past, prior to this, everything had to have a certain gimmick, and like there's, a lot of the stuff now still has gimmicks. It has the blast effects, and it has, things like that too. But I feel like the line is not dominated. Like it's not like everyone's a headmaster kind of thing is like what it was in the past.
Yeah, like right now we're just getting good Transformers.
Yes.
We're getting really, really good Transformers. It reminds me of the promise, as I call it, of the first edition Prime line, where the gimmick was that they were just fucking awesome.
Yes.
And then they got gimmickified immediately afterwards with like the spring-loaded weapons and all that stuff.
Shout out to Eric Siebenaler.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've finally kind of gotten back to that, where it's just really good toys again. And that's the gimmick.
It's a great gimmick. It's probably the best gimmick.
It is.
Other than the blast effects, as Pismo says, that they're Christian's favorite. So I'm sure that you are super excited with the blast effect pack.
We should take a screenshot of the conversation we were having when that thing got revealed. I was talking to Lucas and Anna, and I texted them a no with like 20 O's as soon as that thing came out. I also shouted it real life to only my cat in the apartment, and Phil also texted me at that exact moment to make fun of me.
I had a good
blast effects.
19 blast effects.
That's rad. I'm excited.
Here's the thing. I like blast effects. I don't need 19 more. Like, I already have a pile of ones I'm not using in addition to the few I do use for various things.
Blast effects look bad and they damage your toys. Why?
And I'm worried about the damage to the toys thing, yeah.
Wait,
I am
how do
worried
they
about
damage
that.
your toys?
The rubber rots normal plastic, dude.
Well, don't leave them touching it for a long period of time. Use it when you play with them and then put it away. Duh.
So, Christian, what you can
they're
do...
ideal for displays, and you can't leave them on. That is problematic to me.
Well, just put some future on it. It'll be fine. So, Christian, what you can do is take all those blast effects, put them in a tub with, like, some figure that you hate, and then just see what happens after 2 years.
Eat it.
I think it'll be like that time I left a bag of gummy worms on the windowsill.
Can I point out something about that set that I've heard no one else pay attention to? Which is that it's WFCK 39. 39.
Okay. Why is that significant? I know what that means, but why is it significant?
Why is it labeled a Kingdom figure and not a Selects figure? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not a Select. Just like the Centurion drone was an Earthrise toy.
Was
FYI. Yes, it was not a Generation Selects. I thought it was at first as well, but then I looked. It's it was like 33 or something, and it says so on the box.
Are we missing somebody?
Well, if you know if there's a certain amount of characters that are still coming out of the main line, and that number, if you tally them up from the stuff they revealed, would be the last wave. There's like a good amount of toys that are unaccounted for. That may be like to the tune of like, I think it goes up to what the arc was 30, and there's 4 more deluxes and like another Voyager coming.
Mm-hmm.
So there's at least 4 more weird retailer exclusives, or whatever this golden disc set stuff is, which I imagine is probably like the equivalent of Galactic Odyssey with Amazon or something.
They won't be
I agree
numbered
with
then.
that assessment.
I can deal with that.
They may or they may not be. It depends.
The Sideswipe and Night Prowler 2-pack probably is numbered.
Sure.
It looks like the golden disc dudes are single packed, and then that's a double pack. So I don't know. It's different.
I guess I'm saying there's like 4 or 5 unaccounted for ones, and that's assuming they don't go past 39.
Right.
It's just
that's a wave, which is good.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely another wave, but I'm saying there's even more.
Right. It's
a
wave worth of toys.
Yeah. There's like actually 2 waves. 2 waves worth. That
2 waves worth of toys. We'll talk about the Amazon stuff towards the end of the show.
Sure. Just saying, like no one does the math on the numbers except me. So
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
Now we know. That's suspicious, and I like it.
Knowing us half the battle.
Yeah, your obsessive nature helps us. Thank you.
Phil also mentioned that it has a new Dino Skull head, which I thought was interesting as well. So it was a Triceratops, is that right? Instead of the
Striacosaurus.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just
it was really
colors.
easy to
She's so
miss, so it was cool. Yeah, and it has good colors.
Dino saucers.
The only thing that's bad is now if I get that, then it's gonna make me want the purple dino that I'm not getting with Megatron because I can't do that.
I broke
order
down
the
and
Japanese
ordered that thing
one.
again
Bite the
today.
bullet. Order the
Oh,
Japanese
did
one.
you?
I did. I was like, it's a new character, and I don't want to miss it, so I guess I'm gonna order it.
You just want the Matrix with the thing on it.
It is cool.
That's part of it. That thing's
The
cool.
Matrix Bandolier is neat. Of course it is.
Let's talk about what they actually showed, because they showed some stuff that we hadn't seen before. Stuff that we'd heard about, but there's certainly things that we hadn't seen. So the one I guess that we had seen. Wow, I really counted down there. Galvatron.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and they finally revealed him officially, and he's there. Yay!
And he's beautiful, and I'm very excited for that toy.
Me too. But they also and Rodimus. They showed 2. I'm counting back up. They showed Rodimus. Yeah. He looks good. The ejectee thing where he's a cab in a trailer, I don't super like, but there's not really another way they could have done it, so it's whatever to me.
I mean, I just think it's interesting with that trailer, like just how much is in the trailer.
Yeah, it's big.
Like the trailer's big. It has the little tray at the bottom that you can put accessories, which I think is really neat. As well, and then it has the gun turret thing,
big old gun thing with the shield.
Yeah,
which are officially now called shield blockers, according to Mark. But they're cool. They look like the original G1 one. They have the X's on them, which is cool.
Yeah.
And if you look at is it still the LG manga or whatever manga they're doing in Japan right now? Maybe that thing gets redecoed in gold as Primus next year. That would be. Can
I just tell you, I'd really like to buy that toy.
Yeah.
In a G1 retro style box like the Headmasters.
Okay.
Like I would pay extra for that.
I agree with you.
Just to have one to keep sealed, because I didn't realize how much those Headmasters were going to hit that button for me, but oh man, those are so cool once I had them in hand.
And I'm so happy this one likes those, because I was really excited by that. That marketing gimmick appeals to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get your retro, but you're not stuck with buying garbage bricks from your childhood.
And that Rodimus hits a lot of those same buttons for me just by... I had that as a kid, and so like special place in my heart for the Rodimus Prime. I never had a Hot Rod.
And also that Rodimus, like, we did get to see Ingalls on him that showed his robot mode a lot better than we had seen before. So that actually did feel like a bit of a reveal, because it took me from lukewarm to, like, above lukewarm, whatever that is. I don't want to say, like,
It's just
Tepid.
warm.
excited,
Tepid.
warm, tepid.
Yeah, he looks
Warmish.
cool. I've never had a Rodimus Prime that really struck the right chord with me. The Masterpiece is okay, but it's, that Masterpiece. The Power of the Primes one was okay, but it was the wrong color. This thing is nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It feels like it's as good as my Mech Fan Toys one, but big. So
Yeah, I have no doubt that it's worth the Commander price point. I know people have been yelling about that for what seems like years at this point. It's probably been months, weeks. I don't know.
I've made my peace with it. It's more than I'd want to spend, but I've made my peace that that's what it is, and I just.
it looks good.
It might be about $5 more than what I'd want to spend, but I'm not gonna get angry over $5 because it looks cool. I like it a lot. Give it to me.
Paul's shaking his head no.
Put it in my hands.
Do you hate this toy, Paul?
No, I'm just absconded by Christian saying, well, it should be $5 less.
No, I didn't
It should
say
be
that.
$5 less.
I didn't. I said it's about $5 more than I want to pay. But even then, I don't care because I like it, so I'm gonna buy it.
Well, I'm translating your weird speak into logic.
I see.
That's what you're actually saying.
No.
I'm 100% buying this no matter what.
Well, what's the Commander price point? Is it $80?
It's $80.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Well, it's
But the
typically
thing is-
$40 at Walmart a week later. So
Right.
Yeah, if you can
Right.
find one at your
you
Walmart.
can
I've never
find
seen
it.
a single goddamn Commander on a shelf. So
Yeah, East Coast is not good for that.
yeah, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I
that's
did
the
find
thing
Skylines
is
on a shelf.
we got a Power of the Primes Rodimus, and it had the trash stickers on it, and it just was not what we wanted. Like,
Right.
so this is Rodimus done right.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I don't care if it's $80, whatever.
So what's next? Tracks?
What's next is Mr.
Mini-
Arc.
Oh, yeah.
The
We
Ark?
talked about the Ark.
Oh
We're
yeah.
going to talk about Senor Arc.
Yeah, and the Ark
when I
was
first
revealed,
heard
like,
they
the
were
day
doing the
before,
Ark-
right?
They
Yeah.
did do that on the day before. We're going through that stuff.
Yeah.
But like when I first heard they were doing the Ark, and I heard about it a while ago.
A while ago.
I don't want to say more than that. I thought it was really stupid because like the Ark, what the hell? Why the hell are they going to do the Ark? Is it just going to be a playset? What the hell is that even going to be? I can't even imagine. And so I've been sitting on this for a while, and the more I thought about it, the angrier I got about it. And then I saw the toy. And I immediately shut the hell up. Because, holy crap, it's amazing.
It looks
They
really
have completely
good.
sold me on the concept. It is above and beyond anything I could have possibly thought it would have been. It is, and I hate to keep going back to this. Well, it's the anti-Unicron, because it's everything that I thought I was going to hate this thing, and instead I love it. Whereas Unicron, I wanted to love it, and instead I hate it.
Got issues.
So bring on the Ark, bring on the last Autobot, bring on Mainframe. Bring on the Golden Disc. Bring on.
I
The
mean, I
Mainframe
think it's neat, kind of the way that they're doing it, where the Ark is kind of scaled with the little slug figures, but then they have the Mainframe that scales with the other line and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so then you can put that computer with like all the thousands of backdrops we've been collecting from the Netflix line, and make your little display.
It's great. It's great.
That
And it's
computer-
bring on
Mainframe.
the inevitable Nemesis. I can't wait to see who the Nemesis is going to turn into. So bring it on. Take
Yeah.
my money.
I would like that a lot. That Arc is last Autobot, which is cool. This is the second last Autobot homage we've ever gotten, which is not a lot of last Autobot homages considering how important he was to that story. But, he's cool. Mainframe has his first new toy since the 90s, which is awesome. Or 89, whenever Action Masters were a thing, before
Whatever,
I
it
was a
doesn't
thing. I hope they redeco him into his actual colors at some point. That'd be really great. Yes, Mr. Arc is cool. I also have known about the Arc for a longer period of time than one would think. And I kind of had thought it had just gone away, considering how long it's been. And then I heard it was coming back and it was going to be the Titan for this line. I was like, okay, that could be interesting or whatever. I was like, and then I saw it and I was like, I never knew how much I was missing an arc in my collection, and now I know.
Now I know. I must have it today.
I must have it immediately. Very excited for it. He might be in Mr. Arc mode, or he might just be in vehicle mode the whole time. I'm not sure yet. They both look nice.
I mean, you can get two, Christian, right?
I could get two.
You could.
I could.
But what boggles my mind is the people who are complaining that, the sides are so hollow. It's like, who cares? What
do you want transform,
it
bro?
To be, man? It's got to transform.
Like someone will make fillers for it, and you can fill it, and you'll be happy.
And who cares?
Who cares?
No, it's actually. I personally am thrilled, and I have been since I knew for sure. I never believe rumors, so since I knew for sure it was coming, I've been very excited that the arc is just going to be a new character now. It gets to still be the ship that I've seen since I was a little kid, so I get to have a representation of that in my collection, but I also get an all-new robot design that I've never seen or thought about before,
right.
Which really, that's just what I want in my Transformers reveals. That's like the thing that makes me happy is it's something new. They're going to fit it into the story. They haven't done it before, and I get to see a new concept for giant robot that changes shapes.
I wonder if part of that is we're getting a little burnt out on getting the same 5 guys over and over, and so anytime they do a new character, it's like super exciting.
Yeah.
Somebody who hasn't had a toy before. So this definitely hits that button for me.
It also comes with the golden discs, which is awesome. Yes. I think part of that is an additional collaboration between them and NASA, but I'm not so sure who owns the actual rights to the Sounds of Earth. But remember, the Astro Squad had actual NASA logos on it. And I think Skylynx does too, because they were they had a limited partnership for that.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So if Sounds of Earth is a NASA property, then they work with them to do that. And if it's not, then they just did it because it's cool. Because they have the VOC disc and the Sounds of Earth disc.
Sweet.
And that's awesome. They needed to come out somewhere. My bet was on them coming with the golden disc collection, and you got like one in each of the boxes. You would have 2 sets, but they come with the arc, and yay, bring them to me. Gotta have them.
And don't forget, Christian, you also get a little Prime, and you have the storage space for it.
In your beard.
Well, I also have, realistic storage space for it.
No, it goes with the beard.
It goes in the beard.
I said it at the top of our discussion on this. When he pulled that thing out of his beard, I really was disgusted. I have a beard. Look at it. I have it. And you know what I did? Soon as that presentation was over,
did you put one of them? I was thinking that you put one of your slugs into your beard.
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, I did have that thought of how beards aren't really all that clean, but at the same time, it was his. He chose to do that with it. Whatever. It was a creative way to reveal it, so whatever.
Is there a wiki page yet for that dude's beard?
It's new. The beard was new. He only had the mustache before.
Primus.
Beard. That's gonna be.
Rachel even mentioned it on the.
It's been more than 48 hours since the beard.
We need to talk to some TF Wiki guys, see if we can get Mark's beard on the.
We do need. Yeah, it's an official Transformers character.
Yeah, I could just go create a page or something. I don't know.
It's a base that Optimus Prime hidden.
Oh no.
So. Are we gonna have our new spin-off show about beard maintenance?
I mean, I'll host it. Phil can be on. Paul can be on.
I just shaved mine, so
So yes,
I've really been considering shaving mine after that incident. Truly, that would trigger it. I was like, I've had this beard for 12 years at this point. It's maybe it's time. Maybe I need to do something different.
Christian.
I don't even remember what my real face looks like.
I don't want to bum anyone out, but that mainframe toy is not coming out separate. They
I
are
don't
not
think it
doing
will
that.
either.
That is not how you
I hope
sell a
so.
Titan class toy. Is by
No.
the part you really want, we're gonna sell it elsewhere. You know, that's not how that works.
But
Well,
if
then
they
they'll repaint the
redecoed
Ark and
the
sell-
Ark
sell
as
it
like
again, so I
the
understand.
Steel Haven from animated, make it blue and stuff, there's your blue for mainframe. Yeah, I know. Titan repaints aren't a huge thing, but hey, Black Zarek is coming now, so maybe.
Yeah, the Ark might get a repaint. If it does, it is possible they can sneak it in.
They could totally pull the mainframe out, make it a selects release, and make it like ridiculously overpriced at $50.
Great, I'll buy it.
They're
I
not.
kinda
They're not
feel
going to
it-
do that.
I kind of feel like with all this Hasbro Pulse stuff, you know, and the fact that all these things have sold out on there, that they're just like sitting there going, you know, I think we can sell anything to these guys. Like, you know, if you make
They're
a small
right.
enough run on it. So
Hasbro, I'm talking directly to you right now. You can sell me anything.
I mean, you know where I stand.
Right.
You've captured Nick. I legitimately love your toys.
Oh god.
All right, so next is Scorponok from the day before stuff. Beast Wars Scorponok, not G1 Scorponok.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the day of. Holy.
And we got to we briefly took a foray over to Rodimus, but we've seen him before too. So
We can go faster. Scorponok was okay
we
next.
can go faster. Scorponok
Scorponok
is
is
good.
great. You're all
He's a
crazy. I love
scorpion.
Scorponok.
His head string looks cool. His face looks cool. Give me Double Punch of Sandstorm 2, please. And they will.
Yes.
He made life a little hard for me,
Bring
just
on the repaints.
knowing that was coming, because like 2 days prior, I had made the decision to pre-order that fan-made Inferno toy.
Here's the thing. Don't do that. There's your solution.
But I was interested.
There's no
I
buts.
wanted to give it a try.
Then change it up and get Inferno instead.
I did get
Good.
Inferno.
Problem solved.
Yes. I wanted to get the Inferno, but he's going to make a Scorponok too. So if I end up liking the Inferno, I'll want that Scorponok instead of this one. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Get Scorponok. Then they did more deluxes. What's next? Tracks.
Yeah, we can do tracks.
Wingfinger.
Trax is a mini masterpiece, right? I mean, he said it himself.
Tracks looks off to me. I don't know if it's the
looks
cannons
fine.
on top that aren't actually part of him. I don't know if it's the weird shaped vehicle mode at the angles they took. The weird not flame hood decoration is definitely part of it.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, people talked
Okay.
about the flames.
Apparently, that's the cartoon flames, which is not the flames in my brain. The flames in my
Right.
brain are the toy sticker with the yellow outline. That's what I want.
Right.
And reefer labels will help us and we'll all be fine, but it's weird.
Yeah, that's probably. I thought it was interesting because a few people were saying what Christian said, where Trax looked off, and I was like, this is the first time I think a Trax toy has ever looked good to me. This is like the first time I've ever seen a Trax toy and gone, I want that. That looks neat.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna need the road rage and the loud pedal. So I'll
Yep.
take those, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And you know what?
Make
I'll
them.
even take an alternator yellow one. How about that? Bring that
Oh,
on too.
don't even. Oh, dude, why did you? Oh, man. I want that so bad now.
See, I'm excited to
My
get
two road
those
rages because
figures
one has
just
to be Shadow
because
Blast tracks.
I don't
Right.
want to spend masterpiece money on those Diaclone repaints, and so it's, you know, other people can.
I'm pretty
but
sure they'll
for me-
happen. We got Coordinate Spin Out and Tiger Track. And maybe Clampdown from that leak. We'll see. So yeah, Loud Pedal and Road Rage, yes.
Yeah, I think we'll get Road Rage just because she's in the comics, so I think we'll get her.
Good point. We got Wingfinger next. He's a fossilizer pterodactyl, pteranodon.
Wingfinger was
And-
an actual like surprise because no one had figured out what Wingfinger was going to look like. You know, we had the name. We figured it was going to be a Birdosaurus of some sort.
It's the first fossilizer maximal, I think. That's
Yeah.
Ractinite is. Anyway, they acknowledge that we've been combining them into weird gestalts.
Yeah.
And Mark had one with
Surprise!
them.
It's
It
by
looked cool.
design.
I gotta
That
make
was-
that thing now.
That was kind of
That-
nice to see. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's Tripredicus, or it's gonna be Magmatron, or something."
Yeah, I was like,
If anything,
I
it's
was- I
that
thought
rock lord thing, Fossilsaurus.
Oh yeah, it really could be.
It's closest to that. I'm sure you can make something that look like that.
Are you trying to get Rob to join the show so we have 6 people on?
Sure. Come on, Rob.
Speak his name, Fossilsaurus, and Rob appears.
Yeah, I mean,
You
sure
could make a
like
Fossilsaurus out of that, though. You really could. And that
Rob's
would
already
actually-
commenting on the
you
chat
will.
about how much he loves Trax and how amazing he looks to him. Mini
Okay,
masterpiece.
He said the exact opposite, Christian.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't tell by
so-
Lucas's
You know I can't
tone.
see.
I know.
Can we-
That's why I'm trying to help you. I don't want you to be lied to and deceived.
In the next
I hope
round
the
of
track
TF
is
Talk
good.
shirts,
We'll see.
say like mini masterpiece on them.
Okay, all right. We'll get it mocked up. Send me a design, Paul. I'll get it made.
I wouldn't mind to say it's a
TFYLP
partial
making
mini
masterpieces
masterpiece.
since 2010.
So,
Am I missing a deluxe, or was that it?
Tracks,
The other deluxe
Finger,
for that wave is Wheeljack again.
Wheeljack
whatever.
again.
Yeah, they
Who's-
didn't
who's
even
the other
announce him.
one? Oh, Scorponok.
They didn't even
They
show
put him on the poster. They're like,
Teletran.
here's all the stuff coming out. Oh, and
Yeah,
back in the
and Mark
back,
showed
that's
him with
Wheeljack.
Teletran.
Yeah. They
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
They didn't announce it because Pulse didn't put it up for pre-order, and Pulse isn't going to put it up for pre-order until they have either sold out of their current Earthrise stock or the boxes are in hand. Whatever the trigger is for that pre-order to go up.
that makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
what they
they're-
did with RC too. I had to wait until it was actually on the website much later than the rest of her wave mates.
What
They're
is the point
acknowledging
of
their
releasing?
mistake.
Why is Wheeljack in there again? Like, he's still shelf warming around me. Like, I don't understand.
All this
you
stuff
want
is
a Netflix
planned so
figure,
far in
you can
advance.
get
They don't
Wheeljack.
know what's gonna shelf for them.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
maybe didn't know they were going to do the Netflix Wheeljack, when they
Something
made
like
this
that.
choice.
I mean, they're just picking the best figures for releasing in, like, Kingdom and all that, right? Like, it's like, oh, greatest hits. Like, everyone loves the RC. Everyone loves the
Right.
Wheeljack. Like, it's just
Well, I mean,
fantastic.
if you had to make this choice way far in advance, you'd probably pick Wheeljack, who we haven't had,
Right.
because the toy's good, and RC is
And-
like goes with the movie stuff.
Right, and that's the
Yeah.
other thing about Wheeljack is you're doing Dinobots now, so you're going to want a Wheeljack to go with your Dinobots. If you missed out on Earthrise Wheeljack, and now all your Studio Series Dinobots are coming now, and the arc with the Teletran is coming now,
All right. Fine.
theoretically that Wheeljack wouldn't have been on the shelf.
All right.
Theoretically.
Right.
But
Fine.
So you're saying they're going to re-release Springer as well, right?
No,
I
no.
wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I want them to. No space mud.
Yeah, maybe he'll get a Studio Series release in a different deco.
That'd be great. We have a Studio Series Fan First Friday coming up in May. We'll see.
We do. Is Rhino Knox next?
Rhinox is next. And he looks really great in Rhino mode. And he looks somewhat okay in robot mode.
I'm
Rhino
not
mode's really
happy
neat.
with it. I think he's great.
Yeah,
Rhino mode is
what's the
really
beef? What's the beef with Rhinox as someone that doesn't care? I don't understand.
I think
it.
his head
when-
is a little off, isn't it?
His head is off. And his colors are too dark.
I bet you his colors are closer to the CG model than the toy, and that's what's throwing everybody off.
And as someone who doesn't have the Thrilling 31, when I looked at pictures of both side by side, I had more desire for the Thrilling 31 when I looked
Really?
back at them. Yeah, I want that more, but I've heard it has QC issues, so I'm a little. And then I looked up the price of it right now. And
Who
I
did
would've
you
had to
hear
pre-order
that from? They're wrong.
A bunch of people.
All of them are incorrect.
Very
That toy's amazing.
Maybe it
Well,
hasn't aged well. I haven't played with mine in about 4 years, so
And maybe those people knew that I play with my toys a lot, so they're like, Anna will wear out the legs.
Maybe.
And
It's
so
nice. I mean, I really think that if you like the Thrilling 31, you would not go wrong putting it with your Kingdom dudes. If you like the Kingdom one, you would not go wrong putting it with your Kingdom dudes. Pick one, pick both. Whatever. They're nice. Rhinox is cool.
I just had an epiphany that there's a Rock Lord that has the exact same color scheme as Rhinox. And I'm looking him up right now. It's the one that has
Sticks
the
and
weird
Stones?
double like cranium.
Oh, yeah.
Sticks
yeah,
and Stones?
No, that's a bad guy. It's a good
Oh,
guy,
Rock.
Rock Lord. Whatever. Sorry, not important. He's green and brown.
Interesting.
We just have to
Pebbles.
wait for a minute. Rob will probably comment in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get Rob on.
Right. Is that really the key? Is we're trying to do everything to get Rob on the show?
Jeez,
Marbles,
if only we had a Rock Lord expert.
Jeez, thanks for talking over me.
Well, you didn't know what his name is.
Yeah. Double cranium guy.
Bedford says marbles.
Marbles. I said it
Marbles.
like 3 minutes ago, guys.
You were not 100% confident in the way you said
marbles. I said marbles because I remembered. That's memory. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
It's it poo.
Then I just wasn't listening hard.
That's right. You were sitting there going, "We need a Rock Lords expert. Anna's not good enough."
Oh, see, now you're putting words in my mouth. Like I put them in Christian's mouth earlier.
That's true.
So you just be careful.
We just need to stay out of each other's mouths because that's the route to Beard Optimus. And that's not where we want to go.
You're right.
See, Lucas, these bits just write themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. So Catherine said roll back the tape. She definitely said marbles. So.
Ooh. Got back up in the chat. She did say it.
You lost it.
Thank
Lost
you.
that as marbles. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
anyway, but now the question is Rhinox a mini masterpiece?
No, probably not. Presumably Rhinox's wave mate is the Starscream repack.
Wrong. It's Cyclonus.
Okay, who is it then? It's Cyclonus? Okay, great. Wonderful. People get another chance at Cyclonus.
Starscream comes with the white wolf, the white tiger, the silver.
That's correct.
The Winter Soldier of Transformers.
Correct. He does get brainwashed and kill people later, so yeah. Next was Core Class. We got Dracodon, who is a blindingly neon green vertebrate.
I love it.
The meanest reveal ever, where they were like, this is a perfect toy made for Anna specifically. It's a neon green thing with something she loves. You can't pre-order it, though. Go find it at a Walmart.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks, assholes.
Oh, it'll go from pre-order somewhere.
Yeah, that's such nonsense. I don't understand why they would get rid of the Core Class pre-order.
It's because Pulse doesn't like to carry the small size classes. That's literally it.
Just order less? Why is this hard?
You order less.
God.
So pretty.
Got it.
It's so pretty.
Just gives other people a chance to put up pre-orders.
Also, there was a tiny Soundwave, which
that
looks
Soundwave
cool.
looked phenomenal. Like that looked incredible. Like
really good.
For what it is, it's amazing.
Yes, I mean for a $10 figure or whatever, like I don't know. I mean that's the thing that's annoying me about this Core Class. Like the head on the Megatron on that Core Class looks great. Like I like it better than on the Voyager, and then this little figure like looks amazing. Like I don't know. Like the gold is exactly right, whereas that Netflix one, like I wish it had this gold.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty dang impressive to see that Soundwave because it really legitimately reminded me of the Dr. Wu one. Mm-hmm. The one that recently... the Dr. Wu is smaller, I believe. The Dr. Wu is down at like Micromaster size. But still, like just the engineering and the level of like molding and articulation reminded me of that, which is, you know, a high-priced third-party figure where this is the $10 shelfie thing. Yeah. So I was impressed.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I just thought it was cool. It had like the chest that opened, and like it had. I mean, the tape's not going to transform, but like it had a little mini tape. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
reminded me of the red figure in that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After that, we talked about Tricranius. We just didn't say his name. He's the dude that comes with all the blast effects.
He's pretty
cool.
He's a Triceratops in hot rod colors.
Were there only 2 Core Class?
Yeah.
2 Core Class, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say that was Cruel Lock colors from Energon.
Sort of.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Cruel Lock is green and blue.
Yeah.
No.
Doomlock. Doomlock.
Okay, Doomlock. Damn
it. Get your locks right.
So you're saying it is yet another toy in the colors of Fire Blast Grimlock from Animated or whatever?
Yes.
Doomlock came first.
I know, but nobody remembers him ever.
It's more like Dinobot Magma type than it is cool Doomlock, but whatever, man.
Oh, right. The Japanese version. Yeah, again, that
Japanese
thing that nobody
version.
remembers.
I remember it, and you know what? The Destron remembers it too. I feel
Sure.
vindicated whenever he does the. Yeah. Anyway, I'm here. Then okay, so they did that. We talked about that, and how, they were like,
And then I
remember
think
last
that
year we
was.
did the
Oh wait, no, we
weaponizer
had
pack, and it came with all the accessories.
Blur, right?
Yeah, I was getting there.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, Blur.
I'm very excited
Nick?
for Blur.
What are you doing, Nick?
Being giddy, but you can't see it on my face.
I was
Why'd
very
you do that
excited
to
for
our
Blur.
headbrains?
It was very loud in our,
I'm sorry.
in our earphones.
I'm also much closer to my microphone than I usually am, so sorry.
So
Did
Blur,
Swindle
Shatterglass
Swanson
Blur.
rub off on you?
I'm very excited for
Rub off
Blur.
on you. Yeah, he's great. I've wanted a new Shatterglass Blur since 2008. The concept of the dude is awesome. His deco is awesome. That original mold was
It's so
dated
good.
at that time. But I like that character, and so now he's finally getting a real
all
toy
he
out of the Studio
deserves.
Series Blur mold.
With the fantastic head
Awesome.
sculpt. And a
Yeah.
comic.
Great head
They're
sculpt.
doing a comic.
And a comic that
They're doing a comic.
might be okay. Hey, they hired Guido Guidi to do the art. That's definitely a step in the right direction.
Oh, good.
I don't know who that writer is, but it's got to be better than the garbage they're serving up in the mainline Transformer series now, right?
I haven't
Shush.
read any of it, so I don't
And
know.
they brought Casey back to do the cover.
Yes, it was cover.
Yes, Casey Collar variant covers that come with the toys. I mean, they're $10 more expensive for
Yeah, that's kind
$4
of the
worth
thing
of comic, which is
that gets me. Yeah, the
But
$10
whatever.
comic is. Ugh.
They call
I
that
guess
a
you could.
capsule, by the way.
Yeah,
I was trying to figure out what the hell they were talking about. Like, it's a capsule. Does it come in a capsule?
I
No,
love
it
how
just
they
comes
just
in a
casually
package.
talked about it because capsule is the term everyone uses.
Yes,
Always
I was like,
forever.
what
I
are
was
you
just like, what are you
talking
two
about?
doing? Stop.
Stop. Tell us what that is.
They gotta put those shirts up for order because I want that shirt.
I want that shirt, too.
Well, good job. Good job, shirts. People cared about
They also
you.
mentioned that there are more Shatterglass toys coming, which is cool.
Yes, there are 5.
There are 5. And then there are 2 more that already came out. So, yeah.
So good.
There are 5 with the comics, and I'm sure
5
if they
with the
succeed,
comics.
there will be more than 5.
I'm just sad that it was limit 2 on Pulse and I could only order 2 because I would have ordered 5.
Why?
Because
Okay.
Wow. I'm glad you like it that much. Like, anytime something makes you that happy, good.
yes,
Good.
I ordered 1 to open, 1 to keep sealed. I probably would have ordered a third one to put in the other mode, and then I could have the 3, and then I could maybe buy some for trade bait for later or something. I don't know, but like, yes, all of the Shattered Glass, support the project, buy everything Shattered Glass ever forever.
Absolutely.
Are those
And-
Hasbro exclusives, or are they also offered through like Entertainment Earth?
Those are Pulse exclusives right now, at least with the comic. Will they go up without the comics later? Paul might be able to tell us.
That's a great question. I don't know. It seems like the comic might be the capsule definition, like special cover with the comic.
Right.
You can buy the comic at your comic store later with another cover, and you can buy the toy at Target. Since it's a Studio Series toy, which is under the banner of Generations, it's not a Kingdom toy. It's not a War for Cybertron toy. It's just under Generations, and they made a new subline called Shattered Glass. I believe this will probably be retail, but they're only doing 5 of them. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, the box is completely different than anything else. It looked like a Studio Series box, but it has all these weird cuts and stuff in it. It's a new
gorgeous.
imprint. Yeah, it looks great. Like, I love it. I think
I'm gonna be
might
real
be
mad if
retail.
they change the packaging halfway through.
I think it might be retail, but I would not be surprised if it's like kind of like Selects, sort of like an online only thing.
That makes sense.
In America, at least.
In America.
America.
But I have no idea, Christian. I'm as clueless as you.
That was some good insight, though. I appreciate that. The final reveal was the RoboSyn auto-transforming Optimus Prime, which was a legit surprise because it was introduced by Jay and Silent Bob.
Snoochie Boochies.
And I guess if you're, all of your ages, that's really cool. To me, I was like, why are these old dudes on here talking about Transformers
I
they
hate you
obviously
so
don't
much.
care about?
Why do you say
Hey,
these
you
things?
know what?
to hurt
Those
me?
guys are super excited about things, though.
Good.
So
I guess.
even if you didn't know who they were, I
know
mean,
who they are.
they're decent showmen.
Okay.
I cannot believe old men. Ugh.
Look, Kevin
That's
Smith is a good
heartbreaking.
writer. I hate when I see him or hear him, but he's a good writer.
Wow.
And Jason Mewes, I've never enjoyed in any capacity whatsoever.
What?
Look, man.
Listen, those two dudes are not historically tied to Transformers at all.
Right.
But they are very tied to nerd culture
Yeah.
in general that is very separate from Transformers. And that is exactly why that was marketing synergy genius to get them to be like, this is cool. And somehow they got Jason Mewes to be like, $699? Sounds right. Sounds right. Whatever he did. Like, I was totally expecting, get the fuck out of here. That's exactly, there was a moment,
What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here.
1 second longer hesitation and it would have been better.
$700.
They sold it out. They did it.
They sold out.
They sold out 24 fucking hours.
Wow, good for them.
That's why I couldn't believe it. I was like, I bought one, and I'll talk. I have a lot to say about this toy, but I bought one and I wasn't sure if I would regret it, and I'm glad I did because it's gone. They might make more, but there's reasons to be like, this is completely whack, and there's reasons to think it's the coolest thing ever. So
it's both. It really is both
both.
of those things.
But yeah, I'll say more later. I wanted to hear what you guys think.
Rich mentioned that they listed more of the figure on their website, like the company's website as well, and those sold out too.
Wow.
Same price?
I guess he said at $7.99. So.
So more expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have the same sweet shipping deals that Hasbro has with UPS or FedEx or whoever.
Some other retailers are offering it for $7.99 too. Random people.
Really? Curious.
I don't name names.
Would you like to know more?
I'll tell you later.
That's fine. Well, I mean, we all know that this has been around for a while as long-term Transformers fans. We've seen the memes, seen the video that's been shared 2 billion times.
Been tagged by all of our friends and family. You see this transformer that transforms on its own? Bet you haven't seen that yet. No, I've only been tagged 5 times today, but thank you.
Okay, but have you seen these 3 kids on the street transform their costumes into the Transformers? It's so pretty.
Oh, look at the deep fried Optimus Prime. That's Gundam.
That one's bad. I do like the kids in the Transforming costumes. I always like getting tagged in that one.
I liked it once.
At least the kids are cute.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we have been seeing this thing forever, in targeted ads and friends sharing the posts. It's just this idea of a toy that transforms. I actually didn't know until that day that RoboSim was actually selling them. I didn't even realize they were selling their figure. I thought it was something you just couldn't actually find. So it was good advertisement for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think any of us knew it was going to be a real product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's a little bit of history for those that might not have dug into it past seeing a cool video online. So the company, it was a Chinese company that developed this, and they used to be called Sen Power. And if you go on TFW, there's a small group of people that were interested in it and made a thread, and it kind of, when there were updates, they would update it there. But yeah, they were called Sen Power. They were in China. They clearly were ripping off Optimus Prime's design and made this really cool version of it that looked like the spitting image of Optimus Prime. They also had other robots that did sort of the same thing. They also made a hot rod, a hound, and my favorite one is the Scrapper. And it looks like
Right.
G1
I remember
Scrapper.
seeing the
It's
Scrapper. I
awesome.
didn't see those other ones. I didn't know that.
Well, the other ones didn't have a cool video to go along with it. You had to like be following the Weibo page and like digging deep, and yeah, there was like a G1 Rodimus Prime.
I would never go, but okay.
Yeah, so like they were third partying it to like the nth degree, you know, and the meme explosion, you know, got a lot of people to see their product and see what it was out there, and I'm sure it was more successful in China because it was really hard to find these things. And then like they kind of went dark, and then Sen Robo existed, and they had a website. The reason I know this is I was trying to find out more about these products, and I was trying to reach out to them and like trying to interview them a few years ago, and like found the Sen Robo website, and they were based in America. They would not respond to any emails. Their website was very, very nothing to talk about. And then like last year or a year and a half ago, some Facebook marketer decided they're going to sell that product with the video, and they made a website, bunch of different websites where they were scamming people like, here's the video of what you can buy, which was the meme Optimus Prime video. And it was $50, and if you bought it, you got this like piece of shit from China that, you know, if you figured out how to get your money back, you were lucky. But a lot of Transformers fans got duped because they're like, that awesome thing that I've seen for 2 years, I can finally get it. Well, I was pretty sure that was a scam because I knew that the Sen Power version of the toy had been like $400, $500 in China. It was like, oh, they didn't just instantly make it 10% of what they were selling it for before. So when they were showing, I was shocked when I saw them show this toy, and it was definitely the spitting image of the old thing, but with a bunch more licensed oomph on it.
Yeah,
you know, with
way
like
more official.
The voice of Optimus Prime, all the extra features, all the app stuff. Like it looked instead of like looking like a pretty close Optimus, it's exactly Optimus Prime. They turned the thighs from silver to white. Some of the details look more like a Masterpiece toy. This is the first time that I have ever seen Hasbro say not see something crazy happen and say, "Oh, we can do that better," or "Let's squash them." Instead, they took the adult route and were like, "Hey, let's partner with these guys."
Yeah.
I'm positive there was a little bit of like, if you don't partner with us, we're going to destroy you and your families.
Yeah.
But that's,
It doesn't have to be that way.
What I think is interesting with Hasbro is the fact that they usually don't license Transformer converting, whatever they call it, toys. This is like one of the first ones, or I think the only one that they've actually licensed.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting.
I think it has to do with the technology, and I think it might sit. They might have found a way to make it sit outside of their agreement with Takara Tomy. Meaning, like, nothing, if it converts, and maybe if it converts by hand, you know, by your own manipulation, then that is under the, you know, Japan, Takara Tomy, USA Hasbro agreement, which has been in existence for 35 plus years. You know, as far as can something be Optimus Prime, Hasbro owns that. So I think this is a unique situation that is playing out, you know, in real time in front of us. And I'm not surprised it's $700.
No.
Because of, if it was $400 before, you know, Hasbro is, you're paying for the fact that it has Transformers stamped on it, like with a steel plate. That's what you're actually paying for. You're paying for the marketing, and is it worth that much?
Also, they've added in the Optimus Prime voice too, so that's extra stuff.
Right.
I'm lumping
and the app and all that kind of thing too.
Yeah.
There's some drawbacks though. Like, how long is this thing gonna be able to operate from a phone?
Right.
Like, literally 24 months tops. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking I might use. I actually save my old iPhones. I used to sell them, but I have like a kind of
backlog,
a drawer full of them. I might just make one of them like this goes with the $700 Optimus Prime forever and never gets updated, so that if I ever sell it, I can sell it with, like, it fully operates because I'm selling you this phone with it. Use it.
Hey, look how that worked out for Flappy Bird.
Exactly. It's like it'll be abandonware at some point.
Yeah.
I want to respond to one of our listener comments
Go for
mentioning how on their site they have generic bots that are transforming, and they're about $4 to $4.99 depending on which ones you want. And I want to say that everything they have on their site is significantly less complex than that Optimus. I feel like they specifically said you have to make your best one ours. That has to be our Optimus, has to be the one that is way nicer than the other ones you sell, which are still cool. They're still like programmable things. They're marketed as learning toys. They're pretty neat, but they don't have that. They don't have the level of articulation. They don't have the level of movement, and they show a lot more of their joints than the Optimus does. The Optimus looks like a pretty nice toy standing still, where the other ones are like, obviously this is some sort of motion robot doohickey.
I don't know. I just had a lot of feelings about this because when I saw that video a long time ago, I was like, oh dear. Like this is really cool from a meme perspective, but like, holy cow, is this the future of Transformers? Like the fact that, like, we look at Masterpiece and, we nitpick all the little things. Like, it's not screen accurate, blah, blah. But, like, the technology has, like, the craft has increased at this, like, steady scale. And it's trickled down to the main line, which is great. And, it all started with MPO-1 and alternators. And so many advances have been done over the years. This is, like, to me, this is a tentpole pinnacle toy for the brand. And it's going to diverge from, we got mainline, we got Masterpiece right now. And you could say we got third party. But this is now a separate vector that we will have going forward.
I think there are diminishing returns on a $700 price point. I think you have no problem selling Optimus Prime at $700.
Forget the price point for a minute. Just think about what it is. It transforms on its own.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it does more than that, too. It's not a one-step.
Here's my question is because, like, even taking, out the, like, Optimus Prime thing, right? Like, just as a robot, like, is this... I mean, how many commercially available robots do we have? Like, these types of things. Because, like, I know that I got the little Sphero droids a couple years ago, and those are, were a couple $100 or $150 or whatever, right? And it was, you control those with an app and whatnot. But, like, they're, like, not even the same ballpark as this thing as far as complexity.
You remember the R2-D2 that could get you a beer out of the fridge? They did an R2-D2, I don't know, 7 years ago? 8 years ago now? Where, like, it would get you a beer out of the fridge. That was a thing it could do.
Yeah, but R2-D2 is a glorified trash can. It's not... But,
again,
it's
like
on
Sphero,
the same level, in a way.
I was going to say Sphero did an R2-D2 as well, so... And again, I mean, this just like the level of complexity. I mean, I think that there's a lot of people that want a robot, like a cool robot that they can program themselves, that they can interact with, and all that type of thing. So, like, not even talking Optimus Prime and Transformers. Like, I mean, could I get a comparable robot for $700? I guess from this company I can get $500 robots.
Happy birthday, Polly. The robot from Rocky.
Oh.
Yeah, the only thing comparable I know about is Lego. Lego has their robotics kits that you can get and actually program, and they're actually, they run the line between toy and trying to teach kids to program. and kind of build things on their own. And they're a really great learning toy, and I've heard only positive things about them, but it's not really a market anyone else has gotten into. Like Paul said, this could be the beginning of that. This could be the beginning of, Hasbro diverging to do something different. I don't think that's what you were aiming at, Paul, but I think, that's one direction they could go. They could go many different directions with this. They could go into different high-tech toys.
Yeah, it's a high tech. I mean, it could just be a one and done thing. This could be like a one thing that it never happens again. But like I said, they have a Scrapper, they have a G1 Rodimus, and they have a Hound that they've already put. They didn't take that Optimus toy and be like, oh, let's really gussy it up, let's redesign it and make it better. They just took the base model they had and just like
added some
slapped
bells and whistles.
Yeah, they added some more bells and whistles, and the other ones, they can probably do the exact same thing. So I have a feeling this will keep going.
I don't see them being able to sell a Hound or a Scrapper. You could probably do the Rodimus. That'll work. You could probably do a Soundwave or a Starscream. Those will work. I don't see the universe where.
Well, there was a time when you couldn't see those figures as masterpiece toys too, Nick.
Well,
there was.
Okay, but that was over real quick.
Hound for sure.
But I think for some of these, like if you could make them less complex and maybe put some like less bells and whistles on it versus the Optimus, and you sell those for $500 or $400 or whatever it may be.
If you can get the Hound down to a $400 price point, you might have something. If you can get the Scrapper down to a $250 price point, you might have something. But who the hell gives a shit about just Scrapper without his buddies?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want a child-sized Devastator?
That combines on
or
its
a
own?
Teenager.
All right, I'm in for $1,000 on that.
I mean, you got to look. I'm asking you again to look past how much it costs and think about what it is.
But cost is everything. Price point is everything. People don't have unlimited budgets.
I don't think so. It's sold out.
Listen. This is for people that buy $5,000 drones and play with them on the weekends.
Oh,
that's
douchebag.
who this was marketed to.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Douchebags.
Exactly.
No,
Who cares? They don't care how much it costs.
That
They don't care how cool it is.
That lines up with your point from earlier, Paul, that Kevin Smith was a good fit because those people, like Kevin Smith, those people who fly their $5,000 drones on the weekends, and this is like a branch off into something completely different. It is a high-tech toy. It's a tech toy instead of a Transformer.
It is a tech toy, yes. But it's Optimus Prime, so it's a Transformer, too. And you can't deny it.
They could do more Transformers, or they could find something cool to make from Star Wars. They could, instead of making a trash can that gets your beer, they could make a programmable humanoid C-3PO, and people would be really excited for that.
They could make a battle droid.
But the funny thing is like, I was kind of waiting, and when they announced it on Friday, I was kind of the same way as Nick, where I was like, okay, this is $700, like it's really cool, but is it $700 cool and all that? So I ended up not ordering it, not thinking that it was going to sell it or whatever, right? Well, then I'm watching, and the toy review or whatever, one of the reviewers from CNET had this figure as well, right? And she was doing a review kind of like the Kevin Smith thing or whatever, but she was kind of doing an initial review on it. And like, you could tell how excited and giddy that she was and how impressed that she was. And the thing is like, I mean, I watch these CNET people or whatever, like, review a lot of stuff, but she seemed genuinely impressed by this, and it honestly kind of made me want to be like, man, did I miss out on this thing? Like, now I kind of want it. That that she was so impressed by the because she gets all this robotic junk, whatever, all the different things that comes out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a good surprise. It was an interesting surprise. We'll all be talking about it for a while. We'll all be looking forward to the next weird thing that happens. I think it worked well, even though it's not for me. I will not be getting one. I don't even want one.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm happier to spend the $700 on that than I was to spend $600 on Unicron.
I was a lot closer to getting Unicron than that.
Yeah,
This conversation has made me reconsider maybe trying to get this Optimus thing, but maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't go like nuts out like trying to get a Unicron, for $1,200 because like
Yeah,
No.
don't do that.
I would wait
but-
for a Pulse restock, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't come, then I'd be fine.
I think there's a high chance they kept the I'm just surmising there were 100 pre-orders.
I
Right.
bet there are more, but yeah.
Or
But X number,
some
whatever X
low
is,
number,
some
yeah.
small X number. Yes.
Well, yeah, maybe 1,000. I mean, the $700,000 in one day on selling one toy, it seems pretty good, but like, I don't know. I don't know what it takes to recoup on technology and stuff like that, but
Right.
I mean, they're for people that are like confused, like, yeah, it's overpriced. It is. You're paying for the fact that it's the first of its kind
Right.
of
It's
an
new
item.
tech.
Yep.
Yeah, like if after they make a few thousand of these, the factories will understand how to make it easier, cheaper. Maybe it won't be as good over time. I mean, it's like
There will be systems in place that they can adapt as opposed to making all these systems for the first time.
yeah. What was the Robosaurus, or there was something from a few years ago that was kind of the same. It's like a robot friend, right?
Yeah, the Robosaurus was one of them. They had a dog. They had a humanoid thing with
Yeah.
claw.
Yeah, it's not Asimo or whatever that the
No,
robot from
Asmo
Japan.
was cool.
It's
It
not
walks
quite
the same
that,
way. This
but it's
Optimus walks the same way. That's
cheaper.
immediately what I thought of, though.
yeah. So I mean, these things will easily break, and when they break, I bet you're SOL. So I mean, like, this is the kind of thing you'll see in a museum though someday, like this figure.
Probably.
You'll miss all the other bullshit that we care about. They'll have like G1 Optimus Prime, they'll have the movie Optimus Prime leader, and then they'll have this guy. Like, this is the evolution of Transformers. And maybe the next one is a Starscream, Nick, and that's a drone that actually flies.
Well, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
So, I don't know. That's just I think it's really cool. I was super shocked that it happened.
I was
And
shocked too.
And the number one thing that I really hope comes from this is that Hasbro continues to work with third parties instead of
Okay, but at that point, they're
pushing
not a
them
third
away.
party anymore. They're a licensor. It's a different thing.
that is
I think that's
correct.
what Paul's saying.
That's what I'm asking for.
Right.
That's what I want to happen.
They're not going to license transforming robots action figures. They have to be some special gimmick like the electronics. It's just what it is, man.
We shall see, Galvatron.
That's what we understand
We
it to be.
shall
That doesn't mean that's what it
Right.
is.
see.
We'll see. It was a neat thing. It was a surprise. It was a legitimate surprise.
Yes.
We didn't expect.
Did not know about that one.
They managed to pull the wool over our eyes for once. Not everything got leaked.
It's fun to
Speaking
be
of
surprised.
leaks, should we talk about the leaks?
And then 2 days later.
Yeah, let's talk about
Well,
the 2
2
days
days
later
later,
Amazon
next
wishlist
month,
stuff.
Dinosaur
That's
got
one
leaked.
thing I thought was interesting in general is like we have a whole like barrel full of leaks that came out right before this, and I don't think most of those were revealed, right? Or any of
Yeah,
them, right?
everything that was store exclusives did not get revealed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Which
they
is
still
fine.
haven't revealed the Netflix deluxes.
That's true, and they still haven't revealed the Buzzworthy Beat line.
Yeah, I
It's
think
never
those
been
is-
announced.
You're right. You're right. That's
I have them
Never
in
have been
hand.
announced.
I've
It just
got my
happened.
sparkless bot right here, but he never got officially announced, did he?
Nope.
Nope, not yet. I was positive they were going to announce T-Rex and those Netflix toys. But I
Not
wonder
this time.
with the retailer exclusives, I wonder if like the retailers have to pay extra for Hasbro to put a marketing, to do any sort of marketing for it at all. Like it's
I would imagine that that's all built into the deal. Like if
My
we're
thought would
taking
be-
these toys from you, you're gonna talk them up, right?
My thought would be they
But they-
wouldn't put them in there so they wouldn't advertise competitors at the same time as advertising one store. It's like they wouldn't do
but
all
they've
these
done
pieces
that-
at one. I know they've
like-
done it before, but
Like at the Toy Fair panels, they'd be like, "Oh, this one's coming out at Walmart, and this one's coming out at Amazon, and this one's coming out at Target." You know, like they don't care.
This was a Pulse event, though.
Yeah, that
Pulse
might
is
be
a
why that
store.
stuff was.
Pulse is
that
a
could be it too.
retailer.
That makes a lot of sense.
But now they're doing those shared
Now
exclusives,
they're
so
doing partner exclusives.
it's just very, very prickly. It's interesting.
It is gonna
I
prickle.
don't know.
But let's talk about what did actually go up for order at Amazon yesterday, because those were cool.
The
Up
whole
for
last
order
week.
in air quotes.
Their wish list order, I ordered them. They were
I ordered them
already-
too, but it doesn't mean
Yeah.
they were up for order.
So we got 3 Studio Series figures, and we got
Yep.
3 Kingdom figures.
Yep.
So Studio Series, there was Slag and Daniel. We also saw pictures of that for the first time yesterday.
Yay!
Looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks very
Slag
good.
does.
You know, wouldn't it be great if Hasbro actually like released good promotional photos of this stuff instead of it just being some random guy on a couch or whatever?
Probably. We also got Redgar. No pictures of that, but
Right.
his listing did go up. And Gnaw. Who was
Right,
a deluxe
so
this time.
deluxe
as
this
opposed to a
time.
small fella.
So
And you're missing one.
That's what went up though.
You're actually, yeah, but you're missing a few. We're talking about leaks. I'll tell you the leaks. I'll give
Yay!
you some more leaks.
All right,
Who-
focus on
who do you
Studio
think-
Series, then we'll move to Kingdom.
Who do you think comes with Slag?
you said Daniel.
So Daniel.
Oh, who's in the assortment?
There you go.
Grindor.
I assumed it was a repack because it's a leader.
Correct. It's Grindor, our buddy Grindor, the helicopter,
Yeah.
with his pal Ravage,
Ravage. Yes.
as Rick likes
okay.
to say. And
Do we-
there's a
okay,
few
so
more
hang on,
Studio
can
Series
you-
missing.
Can we pause right there, because this is going to answer a question that I've had for a while.
Okay.
Are they really? That's a good pausing, Paul. Are they combining 86 and live action into same waves? Because so far we've seen 2. We've
Yes.
seen one wave of 86. We've seen one wave that right now the Dino and B127 thing is just live action.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Just yes or no.
Well, I want to answer you properly, so I will check my notes.
I assume for the leader they might do that because
I was thinking so too. It would just be nice to know one way or the other.
Actually, yeah, there you go. There's your answer. Grindor and Slag, same time.
We're friends.
Okay, great.
Frenemies.
Well, there you go. That answers that question. The deluxes we've heard also are Jolt and Sideswipe, right? Yeah.
And the Bumblebee.
And the Bumblebee that's not buzzworthy, yes.
Yeah, which we already got him.
It's that one
Buzzless
in
Bumble.
buzzworthy.
already had him.
But again, he hasn't been announced yet, so whatever.
There you
Over
go.
on the Kingdom side, we got Tigatron, Shadow Panther, and Pipes.
Yeah.
Pipes.
Considering that I have yet to put down this Huffer figure, I am very excited for Pipes.
Good.
I love this Huffer. He makes
Oh,
me
Huffer.
so happy.
Typically, they sell Kingdom Deluxes in 4s, though.
So repack, right? Somebody is
There's
the
gotta be
fourth one's a
somebody else
repack.
repacked.
Well, I mean, things change, but no.
Okay.
Who's the
Then
fourth then? Is it
Come on,
Waspinator
you guys know
that
the
should be in that wave?
leaks. What are you doing? Why are you
Waspinator.
making me say things that?
Because I don't have the
definitely
notes in front of me.
Waspinator.
Well, I mean, who doesn't want a white Warpath?
Oh, Slammer. Okay, cool.
Oh, Slammer. You know, like your Pogs. And there's
Huh.
you already said the other guy.
Waspinator.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He's buzzworthy. Get it?
Buzz.
No,
He's a
Buzzworthy will be
Buzz.
Buzzsaw. Buzzworthy Buzzsaw.
Buzz.
Buzzworthy buzz. That would be funny.
I just want to know that Waspinator comes apart like a fossilizer.
He probably will since Cup did.
Yeah, Cup does, so yeah.
But Cup,
do it.
that was such less of a reference than it is for Waspinator. So you would think if they did it for Cup, they'll do it for Waspy.
You know what would suck is if they like repurpose Wingfinger as like Waspinator's a repaint of him.
Or Pterosaurus or repaint of him. That would also suck.
Pterosaur is supposed to be a remold of Air Razor. So
I
he's not
know.
perfect, but he's going to be good enough.
It's what I've been saying for months, but
Hmm.
yeah. I guess, have we talked about those leaks at all? We could run through it quickly. That's Golden Disc stuff. We have Pterosaur, Ranger, Puffer, and Tigatron, who I think is going to be the orange Tigatron.
Yes. Oh wow, that would be killer. Orange Tigatron.
Why would there be a exclusive Tigatron that's coming out at the same time as the regular Tigatron?
Why is the Pterosaur exclusive? Wait, there's a regular Tigatron? Oh yeah, there is a regular Tigatron coming. It's gonna be the orange one. Oh
Bro, I
my
just said
god.
Thank you. Act like you don't believe me.
Yes, I hadn't.
Plus, we've
There's
seen
a
a
brain
2-pack
circle.
we've talked about Sideswipe and Nightprowler. Sideswipe is rumored to be the Earth mode. That mold is supposed to come out in the fall at Walgreens as Red Alert.
Don't you think doesn't that sound dumb though, to be like, hey, here's a whole new mold. Let's only make 2 of them.
But yeah, I mean, make them all again. I guess I'd buy them all again.
Hey, what about the Earth mode Vans?
Suckers we are.
Those are
Yeah,
both exclusives.
That's true. You're right.
I made 3 of those, but yeah.
Oh yeah, 3
I got my
exclusives.
SG
2 are
Ratchet right
Ratchet.
here.
And they were all exclusives, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're all
there's
2-pack BS.
there's precedent for bad ideas. You're right.
Yes.
We've heard that Sideswipe was originally supposed to come with Skywarp, the Beast Wars 2 dude out of Air Razor. I'm glad that they have moved away from that because Skywarp looks basically the same as Air Razor, even though they were originally different molds. They're same color, so yay! Don't do that.
Yeah, it's my guess from seeing all this golden disc stuff, especially with the pre-orders on Amazon that we saw for the Puffer. Which I mean, okay, if you're crusty. Puffer, that is the coolest thing you've heard in like probably 20 years that they're actually making a
Pretty
Puffer.
wild.
But I think that's probably going to be like your Kingdom equivalent of the Galactic Odyssey.
Yep.
That's probably going to be
Oh.
Amazon's like special line.
Okay, that would make some
I
sense.
have a hunch that Ranger Puffer might be a 2-pack, or it's trying to homage
Maybe.
both Ranger and Puffer, which is fine. Do that, I suppose. I don't know.
As long as there's a Puffer, like that is like so
Yeah,
cool.
there's a
That's like
Puffer.
the ultimate mini bot. If you have Puffer, you're a true.
How the hell are we getting a Puffer before we get an official Bumper, whatever?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
Over in Target World, we've seen T-Rex now. He's coming. He's supposed to be a red card exclusive. And then there's also a listing for a Kingdom 4-pack, Worlds Collide. It's $80.
Oh, cool. Power Man 5000 is getting figures.
That'd be great.
We're trying to figure out what $80 would look like. It's like a Voyager, 2 deluxes, and a core or something.
No, it's $20 a figure is
Or
4
it's
deluxes.
4 deluxes, or it's a Voyager and 4 core, something. I figured out what the math was on that. I don't remember it anymore though.
It could be any of those. It could be a size class like Swip Swap, or it could be just 4 deluxes. It's really hard to know. It's really hard to guess.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be a Shattered Glass set. Worlds Collide.
Could be.
Could be.
Oh.
My guess is that it's more than 4 deluxes. It's probably like 3 deluxes and a Voyager, because they sold those Rainmakers for $10 less than they should.
Right.
So I think Target likes to do value add. They were able to do it with the Seekers because the deco was like really simple and they were all the same mold.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even want to guess what it could be.
Yeah, it's a 4-pack. It's $80. That's what we know.
I think it's going to be a Beast Wars / G1 crossover type deal.
I think that
In a
makes the
box.
most sense.
It's easy.
What if it's like, I just said I wouldn't do this, but like what if it's like Grimlock and Prowl, or like the Beast Wars version and
I would
the
I think that
G1.
makes a lot of sense.
That would
I
be
think
so
that makes a lot of
cool.
sense.
stuff like that. That'd be neat.
I mean, Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal, Megatron, and Megatron. Like, there you go. That seems really basic to me.
Yeah, that
But
would
we'll
be
see.
more than an $80 pack, but you could. I made this joke before in our chat. You could put the Kingdom Megatron, the Kingdom Optimus Primal, and then the 2 core class G1 Optimus and Megatron.
Oh.
And then have this like size inverse. Since
That's
the G1
weird.
figures are tiny and the Beast Wars are big. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's funny to me.
I think Target did packs like that back in the movie days or
They
the animated
did.
days. So yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe that's a pretty
They
good
did
guess.
some
I'd
major
say.
mixing.
I like not knowing. I like these retailer
I like not
exclusives.
knowing.
I like not knowing too.
I like finding out, like on the fly. It's good.
Hopefully, we'll see what they all are soon. But it's nice that there are so many exclusives coming down. I mean, it wasn't terribly long ago that we didn't have a ton of exclusives coming out in places, and now we
As
do.
long as I can get them, it's nice to have them.
What about the Gen Selects?
Bedford wants to know where his Omnibots are at, Christian.
Dude, I want to tell you, Bedford, but I don't have the info. I wish I knew. I wish they were here now. Our source in the know has told us every year running that they're coming next year for the past 3 years. So
What a great source.
I mean, he's been right about everything except them. So I'm guessing they're designed somewhere.
Well, Peter always says that lots of stuff gets designed that doesn't make it. So
He does say that. He's not the source I was talking about, but
no, he's not. That's why I said his name to prove he was not that source.
I see.
Thanks, Paul.
Where were we before? Anna was saying something, and then I had to answer.
Gen Selects.
Omnibots. Yeah, Gen Selects. What's up, Paul? I've missed them.
Artfire and Galvatron
Yes.
2.
Oh,
Go.
really?
Go.
Oh.
And then
That's
one more.
cool.
Nope.
Was the Galvatron, because isn't there like a Cybertron Galvatron?
Oh, yeah. There's a listing that has Cybertron, Galvatron listing.
Oh,
thing.
and that's what it is. It's
And there's
Galvatron
the
too.
Galvatron Unicron pack. And we're
Yeah,
like, they're reissuing Unicron for $100. No, they're not doing that.
Yeah, that's an interesting listing. I don't know what that is either, but like this is my guess is that we don't have a price point on that, so it's hard to know.
It's
Yeah.
like $80.
Oh, is it?
It's 110-ish Australian, which is 80-ish here.
Holy cow. Well, my thought was that maybe it is Galvatron like in grid mode, like getting made by
Yeah.
I'm
Unicron.
having deja vu from Thursday.
Yeah, did you say the same thing?
I did.
Okay, well then that would be my guess.
That
So-
I was saying it was that plus some accessories to go with Unicron, or maybe some Battle Masters to go with Scourge and Cyclonus.
Maybe it's an alternate head
stuff
for
like
your
that.
Unicron, so you could put a Galvatron head on your Unicron and make Galva Unicron.
Oh my
It's
god.
not bad. That'd be pretty cool.
Please.
But like the ships and a stand to put it on, to make it go with this stuff. Whatever.
Maybe it's all the stuff that they were gonna include with it as bonus items that they just punted on.
Yeah, that could be it too. Lucas has been asking for a Slug pack, not like Slug the Dinobot, but Slug the teeny tiny one-piece figure.
I haven't been asking for it. I just think that it's inevitable that they make it.
So maybe it's that plus some stuff. Basically, I'm thinking it's a larger size of Centurion drone pack from last year. I think it's that mid transformation Galvatron with a bunch of stuff to accessorize Unicron.
That would make some
It
sense.
could be.
That sounds right to me.
That's the call.
I think we've solved the mystery.
But yeah, I don't know if it was that listing that had the Cybertron Galvatron stuff or that's a different thing, but there was enough. We saw an image of a description on Amazon Australia that had Cybertron Galvatron described, and it had been updated because it wasn't Cyber Planet keys, it was Cyber keys, and the size was different, and just enough was different to make me think that it's new copy as opposed to whatever copy they dug up from 2006.
Oh, like
Who
they
knows?
accidentally copy pasted the wrong
Right,
thing.
like it was still in the database. They were just like, what, War for Cybertron, Galvatron, and it picked up Cybertron, Galvatron. They just were like, oh, it's
Yeah.
that, boom.
Yeah, like Strafe. Okay, put that guy on the box art.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It could just be that they did that and they picked up some old copy and that's what's there. Or it could be something new and they're reissuing Cybertron, Galvatron for some reason, but well, who knows? I don't see why they would reissue that particular toy at this particular time.
There's two more things.
What am I missing, dude? Go for it.
Project Park.
Yes, Project
Project
Park.
Bat.
Project
Oh,
Bat.
right. Yes. So the Jurassic Park crossover is just going to be Beast Wars Megatron repainted into a Jurassic Park T-Rex, right? That's where
what
that's
we've heard,
going?
yes.
Gotta
Yeah.
be.
Gotta be.
Gotta be.
I mean, I would
Unless
much
somehow
prefer
it's
one of
Dinobot
the
is, like,
one of the
blue.
Jeeps. That's what I really want, is one of the goddamn Jeeps, but that's not going to happen.
Why
No,
couldn't
they
it also be Dinobot? Why not
could be
Dinobot
Dinobot.
as a raptor?
They
We've
designed
heard
that.
it's
They designed that T-Rex to look like the
Yeah.
Jurassic Park T-Rex. It's It's
Yeah.
uncanny.
Yeah. Project Bat.
That blows my mind if that means what I think it means. If that's really a DC Comics crossover toy, first of all, that's insane because they just had the Marvel crossover toy.
Yeah.
And, like, as a rule, that shit don't happen.
You said it comes with a cape, though, right? Someone said the listing mentioned capes.
It does
And-
mention a cape.
I want to suck your blood.
I would like that a lot better if it was just a vampire, but or
The
not.
Project Bat is the only thing that makes me think maybe that Cybertron Galvatron thing is real, because that Cybertron leader Megatron Galvatron mold transforms into
Like a
something that looks a
great
heck of a lot like a
Batmobile.
Batmobile.
I would love it so much.
There's no way that they do it. Like, I promise
Did you
it's
not
that.
catch that it's Dracula?
But
He just
what if
said
they
it was
do?
Dracula.
Who said it?
Paul said it.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
Yeah,
I
I mean-
guess it's a Universal Monsters crossover, which means it'll probably
There we
be out in
go.
time for Halloween.
I think we're
I
getting
just-
Horrorcons for Halloween, by the way.
That would be sweet.
That'd be cool.
Nightcrawler,
Halloween?
Black Arachnia, Waspinator. Let's do it.
If
Oh,
it's
that-
really a vampire, like the crossover line has already jumped the shark. They might as well make a Fonzie Transformer.
I would jump that shark if it was a vampire. That is
With the
my
Sharkticon, with Nah that's coming out.
That is
No,
jump
no,
my
Skybite.
Sharkticon.
Skybite's great.
I would buy every vampire they made.
I don't know,
Just
man.
add vampire faces, I'll get them.
I don't know why they would resurrect a 16-year-old mold for something like that, but maybe they would. I have no idea. It'd be cool. I love that mold. I'm attached to Cybertron.
I want it to be Bat Primal 2 Zaldron, but I don't think it is.
Anytime something has been called Project in the code name,
Yeah,
it's
a
it's a
collaborative.
crossover.
Shout out to the 29 people watching us right now. Which
Thanks,
There you
29
go.
people.
Look at that.
Like-
Here.
That's like higher than usual. Higher
The
than
the
usual.
key is just to go almost 2 hours, and then eventually you'll pick up
man.
that many people. So
We're just that popular.
there you go.
We spread like a plague. Wait, that's not good.
like a hate plague.
Oh, but it's a love plague.
So Anna,
How is-
what's
how are
book club
hate
doing
plague
this week, by
redeckers
the
not a
way?
thing?
I know, right?
I got to see the Hate Plague episodes the other day. That was interesting.
It's pretty wild.
Haven't seen
Like, that
this
seems
since
like
I was
such
a
an
child.
easy deco to do. Like,
I've always
plague.
thought so, Christian. I'm glad you brought that up, because how do you do it? What do you do to make the Hate Plague deco? Because there's a few different ways.
I think you have to try that cell shaded kind of stuff, but it's just red and has like the white sparkles and whatever. Give them angry faceplates for her.
That'd be kind of
You
cool.
need the angry faceplates. That's true.
You know, like the cell shaded anniversary Prime and Megatron that were at Walmart 2 years ago? Like that kind of style. I think
Okay.
would do it.
I could see it done like all translucent red, which I'm sure people hate clear plastic, but that's an option.
Yeah.
I would kind of like, like the Golden Lagoon toys, how some of
Yeah.
it was like copper and some of it had the gold chrome. I would
Yeah.
like it kind of like that. So you had different
Yeah. Okay.
shades of red, and some of it was reflective.
I think that
that's
makes
how I
sense.
would
Yeah.
do it. That would look really cool to me.
Yeah, when the Golden Lagoon stuff came out, that's what made me think of Hate Plague stuff. Because I was like, oh, they're designing weird exclusives on one episode. Yeah, Hate Plague. Why not?
That could have been the laziest BotCon set ever.
Well, you would have at least had one silver Optimus, right?
Right. He would have been the centerpiece, and then
I would have
Yes.
loved that. I loved that episode. So
the souvenir sets would have just been translucent red Combiner Wars 5-packs for Defensor and Superion.
Computron.
now, if BotCon really was on their stuff, they would have made shit piece.
I can't believe they never did.
I don't understand why Shattered Glass Cup wasn't called Shit Piece.
I mean, I know you can't be
He should have been an
called
awful
that, but,
brown.
like, there you go.
SP Cup, Specialist Cup.
Yeah, Specialist Cup. With Minicon Goldbug, or with Target Master Goldbug, or whatever. Very good. There's the 3-pack. It's Wheelie, Goldbug, and SP Cup. We've gone too far afield here. That's how I know we've been here too long.
Yes.
We have.
So, book club, Anna. What are we doing this week?
We're doing Robots in Disguise issue 31 and 32. You could come, just read that whole volume, which would be 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32, and catch up with us and join us from then on.
There you go.
Is Omega
We meet on
Supreme dead yet?
There's all sorts of dead Omega Supremes.
Mm.
Thousands of them. We meet on Sunday night. No, it's not true, Christian. You know it's not true. We meet on Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. Central Time on the Discord in the voice chat. You could always join us.
It's exciting. And Rick last week put up his second part of his Unicron video, so that was another hour of Rick transforming the figure. So check that out. And then Microcasters this week, Thursday night at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Do we know what we're doing yet?
Not a clue.
We haven't decided. We haven't talked about it. If you got requests, let us know.
I love it. Have you done
I know what
Unicron
I want to
yet?
cover, but I might have to get it.
We already did a
We've not done
Unicron show,
Unicron.
Paul.
No, but Rob really wants to talk about it.
There you go. You know, so the bad thing about Unicron is every time I look at him, I think about Rob's video and the flapjack backstacks.
Flapjack stack pack.
Thought
Yes.
about the entire time I was transforming mine.
Yes.
I was pulling the panels back. I was like, flapjack backstack, flapjack backstack, flapjack backstack.
The whole time.
The whole time.
That's how you know it was good humor. Gets in your brain. Eats your
Oh,
brain.
Rob.
Brain is gone.
Maybe we'll do a Unicron update with Rob and Christian and Peter.
Yeah. I don't have Huffer yet, so he's coming.
I do have Huffer, but yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
both have Air Razor, though, right?
Air Razor.
Oh, I do have Air Razor. You could do that.
Okay. I'm
Do you have
hoping to
Air
get Air
Razor?
Razor before the show.
Oh, okay.
She's in the mail. She's flying here right now. Flap, flap,
Yeah,
flap.
my Huffer is on its way too, so.
Birds fly faster than trucks.
Huffer and Air Razor. You guys get Netflix stuff soon, so we can do that.
I
haven't seen it yet.
Soon. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
But we'll
let's do
see.
We'll do something.
Yep. So, but yeah, thank you to everyone in the chat. There's a lot of participation tonight, so thanks to Zaldron and Catherine, Enots, to Rich, Ron, to Rob, Bedford, Phil. Let's see. I'm sure I'm missing someone.
I'm trying to help. Paul.
Did I get it wrong? But yeah, thank you. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But
someday there might be
Oh,
so many
Antoine was
comments
earlier.
that we can't just scroll
Shout
up
them
and
all
read
out.
them all. Like we're getting there.
right. Well, I know some other ones they actually write them down as people are making comments, but
What a pro!
That would require us to be well organized. Have met us.
yeah, exactly. So
We do the best we can.
yeah.
Organized.
So, but yeah, thank you guys, and thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
See you in a couple days.
Hopefully, I'll be back